Saraswati Saras, multidimensional features and perspectives of parenting in Hinduism and modern psychology.
Sadashiva Samarambam, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmatacharya Pariyandam, Vande Guru Parampara. Namaste to all. I thank everyone in the Indic Academy for this wonderful opportunity. May God bless all. Parenting in Hinduism and modern psychology. That is my topic. Parenting is the art and science of making the next generation. This paper, whom I'm presenting, is intends to present a world view which makes parenting a liberating experience. Adhering to the principle of the Paramacharya of Kanchi, this paper derives its content and inspiration from the Voice of God, a monumental work based on the words of Kanchi Mahapariva, the 68th Pontiff of Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham. It is a repository of dharmic knowledge and inspires one to lead a life based on Dharma, which is the core of Bharat. Slide 1. Excuse me. Yes. So his Paramacharya, the 68th Pontiff of Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham, Chandrasekharananda Saraswati Swamigal. Next. Parents as progenitors. When a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which it grows, not the flower. Sir Alexander Den Hager, and Atharvana Veda also says, children should grow in the awareness of the brotherhood of man and the fatherhood of God. If no provision is made for this kind of an atmosphere and this teaching, we are denying them their due. Karma and Dharma. Next slide. Dharma is for the dualistic world of karma and is within the realms of avidya. Non-dualistic world is not opposed to dharma, but is beyond dharma. All physical science deals with the law of cause and effect. The cause and effect is vicious. The universe functions in an ordinary and orderly manner, Because of the cosmic order which we call as RTA and Dharma is what sustains the same, the cosmic order. Next, develop Atma Gunas. Daya. There are 8 gunas or qualities that a person has to develop. All human. Daya, love for creatures. Shanti, patience. Anasuya, free from jealousy. Saucha, cleanliness. Mangalam, happiness. Akarpanya, karpanya, miserliness. Apruha and spriha, desire or grasping nature. Anayasa, feeling lightness. But Hinduism goes one step further by prescribing various samskaras involving specific activities that help one to develop good qualities. Good qualities are the need of the hour. Next, role models from Itihasas and Puranas. The Puranas are the magnifying glass of the Vedas. The principles and rules of Dharma that are briefly dealt within the Vedas are enlarged or elaborated. They are elaborated upon in them in the form of stories. Stories. Paramacharya here says, in my opinion, the Puranas are history. History must be taught along with the lessons in Dharma. Only then it will serve the purpose of bringing people to the right path. And the Puranas precisely do this. Next, Tripuredya, the principles, mother, father, acharya. Let us see the importance of the three as discussed by Paramacharya. Matruman. Matruman is the one who is rightly trained by the mother in childhood. Pitruman is the one who is guided on the right path by the father once grown up. Acharyan is the one who is guided on the right path from the time of Upanayanam till the end of Gurukulam, we can say. But responsibility sharing is a big discussion in present days. We see the father and the mother held responsible for any misleads of child. Yes, any misleads of child, the father and the mother are held responsible. And schools, the extent of expelling kids for bad characters. How beautiful would it be a system if all the three, the father, the mother, and the school, work together without giving up on the child. Wow. God bless us. Changes are inevitable. Next. Philosophical concepts may or may not be within our reach. We may not be able to reach, but love is a language that all understand. The universe only pretends to be made of matter. Secretly, it is made of love, says Daniel Pinchback. Currently, we see many views that presents motherhood as a burden for women, for it dents her career years, puts a toll on her physical beauty, and pushes her into postpartum depression. But in our culture, Sanatana Dharma, a woman was given extra care and was made to feel special in all the ways possible during pregnancy. She was celebrated as a queen, conducted, or she was made as a queen. Next, samskaras, the practices. Samskaras are refining or purifying. Dharmasastras deal with samskaras as tools that purify and make one fit to be united with Bhagwan, Paramatman. For example, while cultivating rice, it involves series of steps for the rice to be brought to the consuming stage. It has to be brought to consumable stage, isn't it? In the same way, our sages have laid down 40 samskaras as a series of rituals where karma is performed to purify both the antaranga, that is internal, and bahiranga, external. A sacrament involving mantras is only samskaras. Next. Samskaras that are relevant to parenting. Garbhadana. For example, if a mother takes a medicine, the baby is nourished, isn't it not? In the same way, the inner thoughts and the feelings of the parents will affect the fetus, and its character will be shaped accordingly. Now, in the slide, we are able to see ancient Indians knew the science of fertilization without microscope. The images of fertilization are seen there are from Varahamurthi's temple at this place, Tamil Nadu. The temple is claimed to be 6,000 years old based on some legendary aspects, stages of development as per Garbha Upanishads. In the same way, photos of growth of fetus and their positions in the mother's womb are carved as images in the Bhairavar temple in Tirupur district, Tamil Nadu, thanks to our ancestors. Dharma Shastra prescribes the time from 4th day to 16th day in period cycle of a would-be mother good for conception. Pumsavana, the Shastra says, Pumsavanam vyakte garbhen nischayena. That is, perform the ritual when the makers of pregnancy are visible to naked eyes. As per modern psychology, while developing inside the womb, the child receives postcards from outside world which tells us whether food is plentiful or scarce and whether the world is safe or not. Well, we have the episodes of Prahlad, Abhimanyu, Parikshit that underline that our ancestors knew the stages of the development very, very clearly and hence could frame the process of making an excellent progeny. That's why those children are known as Garbhashriman. Next. Takeaways from the samskaras. Takeaways from the first 3 samskaras are: 1. Hinduism took childbirth as a conscious choice of parents for fulfilling their grihastha dharma, as opposed to pregnancy out of luck, lust, or chance. Hinduism took great care in the making of next generation. All efforts were taken to bring out a progeny that is better than current generation. Hinduism also gives importance to education for living than education for life. Next. Panchayagnyas in daily life. The Grihastha's life has daily duties. They have the duty every day, the Grihasthas, that form the social service aspects of one's life. If we judge the Panchayagnyas in the terms of their usefulness in creating a stable society, then the rating would definitely point us to adapt them in our daily life. Next. The Brahma Yajna, Deva Yajna, Pitru Yajna, all these are Panchayagnyas. Next. The 4-point model. The 4-point model, it is the Katha, Yatra, Sadhana, and Shastra in our daily life. I'll just say an anecdote from Mahapariva's life, a story time. Relax. A small girl came with her parents to meet Paramacharya. She was just a small little sweet little girl of 3 years. Paramacharya just called her and asked for her name. She said, "My name is Deepa." Paramacharya was not able to hear, so he just called her nearby and asked her again for the name. The child said, "My name is Deepa. D for Delhi, E for elephant, E for egg, and P for parent," like that. Then Periva said, "Can I spell your name differently and explain?" And Periva spelled her name as D-I-P-A and said, D for Devi, I for Ilango, P for Prahlada, and A for Anjaneya. He created mental impressions on all the 4 characters with stories and connected the same with the local temples and God. This is a practice, or this is a practical way that parents can imbibe in daily life with the children. Next is yatras. They are weaved to social fabric by means of pilgrimages. Yes. Then sadhana, the vratas. Then shastras. It is covered in Gurukula or by the elders in the family as needed for one's future. The shastras has to be narrated to the children. Next, parenting in psychology. Parenting in psychology, modern psychology, predominantly presents 4 types of parenting. It suggests authoritative parenting, whereas Hinduism does not compartmentalize parental behavior based on emotional yardsticks, because both parents and children evolve over time. For example, permissive parenting, mother plays a very important role. Yashoda Krishna, how Yashoda was feeding and how Yashoda was treating Krishna. Panchavarshani lalayet, it's lalayet. The next is authoritarian parenting. Warmth is exhibited by the father when the child grows up, but one of the parents shows a slight emotional distance. Dashavarchani thadayet. Till the childhood is over, authoritarian and permissive roles are played by mother, father, and guru based on the situations, based on the conditions. Authoritative parenting, it takes up when children get into the stage of adulthood. Shodasha Varshanandaram Netravat Acharet. Parents are flexible to accommodate the opinions of grown-up children. That is what is being suggested. Authoritative parenting, not the authoritarian parenting. Now, but in Hinduism, we don't compartmentalize. Parents are flexible to accommodate, where in authoritative parenting, the opinions of grown-up children. Uninvolved parenting, you have one more. But the reason is also given. This is when parents move to Vanaprastha after fulfilling their responsibilities. The responsibilities are passed on to the next generation, and parents focus on their spiritual path, avoiding conflicts in decision making and the much talked about the generation gap. The generation gap issues are given importance. So, the depth of Hinduism is a moving parenthood along fixed principles. Yes, that is the advantage of Hinduism. Takeaway to parents. Next slide. It's clear that Hindu Dharma has invested time and energy to scrutinize various aspects in a depth that the current psychology is yet to dive down. So, the start of parenting, before conception, post-conception, it's given. I conclude by saying Hinduism offers an organic and dynamic system which is self-sustainable. Put into practice, it can meet any expectations due to the large and cohesive support base that is established. No child is left to the hands of fate, for the society takes the responsibility. As inheritors of rich civilization, we are given the fruits of the efforts of many great beings who had nothing but love and compassion for mankind. They have created day-to-day traditions, embedding principles that makes parenting a liberating experience. Janani Janma Bhumischa Swarghadapi Gariyasi, instill patriotism in our young minds. The ultimate aim of being born in this land, Bharat, is to uphold Dharma.
Thank you, ma'am. I think that is the conclusion of your paper.
Yes.
Is there anything more?
No, I just wanted to say Jai Jai Shankara, Hare Hare Shankara, the school of thought.
Thank you very much. I am also a great devotee of Paramacharya.
Yes, sir.
We are all.